What's going on, y'all? It's Carl from the Codex Prime podcast here with another special interview live at Rhode Island Comic Con 2024. We have a critically acclaimed comic book writer, Ben Bishop. Ben, how you doing today?
Good, man. Good. Comic book artist. Yeah, I'm one of the artists on
Oh,
the
you're
line.
actually one of the artists.
No
Excuse
worries.
me.
Yeah, it's
But
okay. You're talking fast. Yeah.
I'm a fan of the series.
Yeah.
The Last Ronin. You got to just tell me, how did this come about?
Well, Kevin and Pete, the original creators of the Turtles, had the idea when I was only 1 year old in '87.
Really?
They had concocted the idea of the sole surviving turtle in this future world, and seeing what happened to all the brothers and what went down to get to that dark future. But they didn't make it until 2018. They were starting to put the pieces together, and Kevin asked me if I wanted to be a part of it, and I said, of course. So I got to actually draw those scenes where we see what happened to the other turtles and kill my heroes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to all the millennials and stuff. I mean, but you have done some courageous work. Like, so what was your inspirations for each character when you was telling each story?
Well, I knew that we wanted it to be a much darker and real kind of sad story, but have that emotional weight, and so the violence was going to be up there, the action was going to be up there, and so the first one I got to do, spoiler alert, was Raphael, and so we really set the tone as far as the violence and the blood and the fighting and things like that, so that we could do the other ones the way we wanted to do them. And I was looking at a lot of for the Raph issue in particular. Looking at a lot of Ryan Otley's Invincible with the over-the-top blood and guts, and so we tried to push it as far as we could, and got away with a lot.
All right. So what were some of the other than the Last Ronin, which which has been a huge hit? What were some of your other projects that you have worked on prior to the Last Ronin?
Sure. Yeah. So the way I got involved with Kevin in the first place was I had my own book, The Aggregate, which is a post-apocalyptic sci-fi with giant robots and spider cats, but it's also the world's first split decision comic. So as you go through the book, you get to certain scenes where you're in charge of what happens next. It asks you, do you want to run or do I want to stay?
Ooh.
And then you can turn to that page and change the story every time. So I did this book and I sent it out to Kevin and Peter looking for a back cover quote. Pete wrote me back and said, hey, beautiful artwork, ambitious story, and Kevin didn't write me back. And then about a year later, I got an email, and he said, hey, Ben, Kevin Eastman here. I got your book. It's awesome. What are you doing for the next couple of years? You want to do a book together? And so then we began work on this book called Drawing Blood, which is coming out now through Image Comics.
Okay.
And this is the fictional true story of how the Turtles were created. But instead of Kevin Eastman, it's this guy, Shane Bookman. And instead of creating the Turtles, he creates the radically rearranged Ronin ragdolls, who are samurai cats named after famous anime directors Otomo, Miyazaki, and Tezuka. And so halfway through this book, he said, hey, I've got this other project called The Last Ronin. You want to help me with that? And I was like, oh yeah. So it's just been stacking pretty much since 2016.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been doing very well for yourself.
Yeah.
So what are some of the projects that you have coming out that you can actually tell us about?
Yeah, well, we're in the middle of the next series. So we did Last Ronin, and then after that we did a series called Lost Years. And now we're at the beginning, in the middle of Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution, where you get to see 4 brand new turtles as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and carrying on that legacy and still fighting that same fight that the original.
So who are some of your favorite your favorite characters out of this new version and from the Last Ronin series?
I grew up loving Mikey, and then I grew into Leo. And as far as the 4 new turtles, I can't pick a favorite yet. You're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Thank you so much for your time.
Right, man. Thank you.
I'm actually about to pick up something right now. So, but yeah, Ben Bishop, y'all, make sure y'all check him out.